Now the Vedas say there are these three modes: Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. And they exist in all of us in different combinations. So based on each individual's combination of the three gunas, each individual has a certain propensity to work. Somebody is naturally inclined to being an executive. Somebody is inclined to being an engineer. Somebody has a propensity to be a doctor. Somebody has a scholastic propensity to study and to teach. So all of us have our natural inclinations for work. If to achieve our spiritual goal we give that up, we will be in an unstable position. If Arjun says, I will not fight, let me take sannyas. So he renounces his duty and becomes a renunciate, an ascetic. You know what will happen? He has his natural propensity to be a warrior, a military general. He will go into the jungle and there he will organize the Bhils, the Adivasis, the tribals, and become their leader as well. Because the propensity is not going to go. So the easier way is you use your natural propensity to do karma-yog. So if you have to fight, all right, you fight for the sake of God. If your propensity is to be a businessman, you're going to think of dollars and cents. Use that propensity. Be a great businessman. But what you earn, you serve God with it. So when we start doing that, we look upon our work as a service to God. The work itself becomes spiritual. And that is karma-yoga.
Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 5. Verse chanting is followed by translation and commentary by Swami Mukundananda.
Sannyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptumayogataha yoga yukto munir brahma nachirenadhigacchati.
Perfect renunciation, karma sannyas, is difficult to attain without performing work in devotion, karma-yog. O mighty Arjun, but the sage who is adept in karma-yog quickly attains the Supreme.
So there is no doubt that we would like to completely dedicate ourselves to God. But that requires a level of attainment. And for that attainment, you need renunciation, which means the mind must have the decision, the happiness I want is not in this world. That decision is a prerequisite. So now if somebody says, based on the previous verse, that okay, if karma-yog and karma-sannyas are the same, and karma-yog and karma-sannyas will both lead to the supreme goal, in that case then why not start off as a sannyasi? You may as well take sannyas first if they are both the same. Well, the fact is, Shree Krishna says, to achieve the qualification for sannyas, you first perfect yourself through karma-yoga. It's like a fruit clings to the tree because it is unripe. And when it ripens, it automatically releases the tree. That effort is unnecessary. Likewise, you cannot jump to the higher stage. When the Janeyu is done, The Yagyopavit ceremony is a big ceremony in our Varnashram dharma. So one boy said, "You are giving me the sacred thread for the Yagyopavit ceremony. Will I have to give up this sacred thread one day?" He said, "Yes, when you take sannyas, you'll have to give it up." That's the rule. The sannyasi renounces even the Vedic karma kand. The sannyasi doesn't even touch fire, no question of havan and homa, etc. And renounces the sacred thread. So this boy said, if I have to renounce the sacred thread one day, then why not renounce it right now itself? Say, no, right now you take the sacred thread, develop the consciousness, and then later on you will come to that point where you can renounce that. But if you say, I start straight from there, then that will be prematurely jumping higher. So likewise, there is now this word yog has come twice in this verse. First he says that ayogata, and then later on he says yoga yukt. So Shree Krishna really loves the word yog. Yog is the inner connection, the inner union with that Supreme. So it is difficult to have that inner union without first having done karma-yog. There are, Shree Krishna says, one sattvic renunciation and one rajasic renunciation. So what is the rajasic renunciation? Dukkhamityeva yah karma kaya klesha bhayat tyajet sakritva rajasam tyagam naiva tyaga phalam labhet. One who renounces duties because they are troublesome. Our office mein kaun kaam kare, so much of headache, I have to listen to a boss, I have to do this, so terrible, and worldly duties. May as well become a Baba. You don't even have to cook your food, right? Nari mui, griha sampati nasi, mood mudai bhaye sannyasi. Sri Krishna says this kind of vairagya is rajasic vairagya, where you are running away from the miseries of the world. You say, the world is so miserable, go this side. And then after sannyas, you get a little misery out there. Say, oh my God, sannyas is also difficult, then go back there. So the goal was, I want to run away from the miseries of the world. This was not vairagya. This was asakti. Vairagya means it doesn't matter to you. Whether there are miseries or there are no misery, it doesn't matter because we are detached. So sukhe dukhe samay kritva labha labha jaya jaya. We can as well be in the world, we can as well be in sannyas, but we want to serve. And for the sake of that service, when we reject the world, that is true vairagya. That is called yukta vairagya. And the other is phalgu vairagya. Phalgu vairagya, there's a stream in Gaya. If you look on top, there is only sand. But if you dig 3 feet, the water is running. Likewise, somebody has externally renounced. That is Phalgu Vairagya. Before I came to Kripaluji Maharaj, for few years, I was in other different ashrams. And for 3 years, I was the head of one ashram. And we did not have this kind of clarity. So anybody would come, one boy would come, I've become virakta. So he say, come on, we would shave that guy's head and give him a japmala. And after 15 days, he would go from there. So every year we'd have 20 boys coming in and 20 boys going out. Easy come, easy go. what is going on out here? I said, there's something wrong with this whole paradigm. The thing wrong was that this was not vairagya. That is the kind of vairagya Shree Krishna says is rajasic vairagya. Oh, there are miseries in the world, now I want to take sannyas. Real vairagya is, it doesn't matter if there are miseries in the world. I want to serve. And when the desire to serve is so intense, and at that time you find that you don't have enough time or enough facility to serve while you are in the world, motivated by that desire, when you take vairagya, that is true vairagya. So until that kind of maturity develops, you stay in the world and do karma-yog.